It's all of the things that deal with the occult. He embraces it. He's a lieutenant. He takes this and he takes the symbols. However, he's mentally disturbed, very seriously mentally disturbed. However, he's extremely charismatic, he's very powerful, he's very convincing, and he convinces the group of people that they need to overcome the problems. They need to purify their country. They need to purge the country of all peoples of color. And so he decides to create a movement. And he takes one of the Buddhist symbols and he makes it the icon for this new movement, this new Vaterland that's going to overcome and make the European, the Aryan race become powerful again. And what he does is he selects certain peoples of color. He starts with African people in Europe, totally does horrible things to them. He takes people of Jewish faith. He does horrible things to them. And the whole while that they are experiencing this pain, this torture, these ovens, this murder, this mayhem, this rape, this symbol is emblazoned in front of them constantly. This is all they see constantly, is this symbol. And pretty soon this symbol begins to be ingrained in these people who are going through this great pain. And pretty soon they can't separate this experience of pain from the symbol that is constantly put in front. It's on the flags, it's on the walls, it's on the lapels of the people who are torturing them. It's all over the place. And pretty soon this sacred symbol that was taken from Buddhism and Tibet now becomes an evil symbol because all they see is this symbol. They don't know the history of the symbol. All they know is, all they see is every time they're burned, every time they're murdered, when their mothers are killed, when their fathers are going through mayhem. All they know is they keep seeing this symbol everywhere. So this symbol becomes an evil, horrible symbol. A most wonderful, precious symbol becomes dirty because a dirty man did dirty things with it. I'm talking about Adolf Hitler. I'm talking about the swastika. Okay, this sacred symbol that you can find in Ghana amongst the Khan, you can find it in Kemet, known as the Gramadan, the symbol of the elliptical universe. If you kind of round it off, it becomes the yin and the yang of the Asian symbols. It represents the male and female in balance. It represents all things wonderful. But because this man did dirty things, it becomes an evil symbol. It becomes a horrible symbol. So much so that if I should go into a classroom filled with peoples of Jewish faith, and if I should just draw that symbol, they want to hurt me. Because they don't know the history of that symbol. You see? Ungar. Ungar is a sound, a phonon. Ungar. It's not so much NGR, it's the sound that you're dealing with. Ungar. In hieroglyphs, the N represents wavy, the G has its symbol, and the R is like a mouth. So the word, the sacred word of the waters of all things that are being emanated from the mouth, the Inga, becomes a symbol of spirituality. It becomes Negus Negusti, King of Kings, Lord of Lords. In Ethiopia, you can go to Ghana, you can go to Southern Africa, you can go to India, you have the word Naga. You can go into Africa, in West Africa, you have the word Nyoko, which means the sacred serpent. It's a beautiful word. It's a wonderful word. Somewhere around 200, there's the Punic Wars. The Romans come in and they meet these African people. Hannibal and others, they meet these African people. They have conversations with them. Who are you? Ungar, Negus Negusti. Pretty soon, Romans take this word and they put it in their vocabulary. This word, Ungar, becomes negro, nigra. Okay? It is handed down from the Romans into the Western civilization. The Romance language gets it, Romania, Italy, Spain, Portugal, France. They all have this form of word negro, nigra, nugra. The Spaniards, as we know historically, are the first to come to this part of the world, and they also bring Africans with them. They're basically really hot on the Hispanics, but remember the Moors are already in Europe, and they start bringing Africans over, along with the fact one of the boats of Cristobal Colon happened to be run by two brothers, the Pinzon brothers, who were Africans. But no one ever tells you that when you get to Santa Maria, the Nina, and the Pinta. Nobody tells you that one of those ships was run by black people. They don't tell you that. They don't even tell you that black folk were the ones that taught Christopher Columbus how to get on the water in the first place. That's a whole other story. Take my intro to Africa, we'll drop it. However, this word finds itself in America as it relates to black people, negro, because of the Spaniards. Estevanico. Estevanico was an African from Morocco. They went in, and he went into Arizona and New Mexico, and he was embraced by the indigenous people. And so this word that was once sacred is now being used by the British. And the derivation of the word negro, nigger, now is going to become nigger, 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 nigger. This word is going to be used against the people who are going to be tortured and raped and put in pain in Puerto Rico, República Dominicana, Cuba, Jamaica, Haiti, St. Lucia, Haiti, wherever you go, wherever Africans are, this word is going to find itself. And the people who are going to be exposed to this pain are only going to know that every time I feel pain, I'm called this word, nigger. And pretty soon a sacred word, like the sacred symbol, is going to become a dirty word, because dirty people, white supremacists, did dirty things with this word. And so now, here we are, 2013, sitting in this room, using a word that elders tell you it sends shivers up my spine. I don't like that word. The same way people of Jewish faith will tell you, I don't like that symbol. But it's still a sacred symbol. But dirty people did dirty things with a sacred symbol, and now that symbol is dirty. The same way, dirty people took a beautiful word and dirtied it by the way in which they use it within the context of addressing a people. So, to elder, younger, my point is this. I'm not one for drawing Ramadans or swastikas, because I know the social pain that people go through when they see that symbol. I know it's a sacred symbol. I know it's a wonderful symbol. But I also know that a people have gone through a series of events that causes pain when they see that symbol. So I don't use that symbol. Not because it's not a good symbol, but because I know it causes pain to people. The same thing with the word nigger. Nigger is not a bad word. It's not a bad word. It's a good word, but it was dirtied. So the point that I make is to be aware. I tell the younger people to be aware of the elders. To be aware of, during my time, that word was used against me and my family, the people around me, and it caused great pain to us. It was used not in good terms, but in bad terms. A good word used in bad ways. The context of the word. As young people, I just want you, like when the guys say, yo nigga, hey man nigga, you my nigga, I love that nigga. I love that nigga, but that nigga, oh shit man, that nigga, I love that nigga. Okay, term of endearment. You ain't meaning no pain. You're not meaning pain. When that guy used that, he wasn't meaning pain. The context of it was not to cause harm to somebody. It just wasn't meant to cause harm. So I have to internalize that concept and not have a problem with it, but also understand that I've got to sit back and remember times I went through when I was a younger person going through the changes of that word. And all I want young people to do is I want you to understand what happens to the elders when they hear that word. That's all. To tell you it's a bad word, it would not be correct. I'm not going to tell you that. What happened to that word was a bad thing. I tell the elders, understand that when those young people are using that word, they're not using it the way it was used within the context of when we were growing up. To me, it makes no difference if you Jap. I was on the bus one time in the Bronx, and I heard this, yo, nigga. And I said, that don't sound like a brother. So I turned around to some Asian people, they're calling each other niggas. And I said, oh shit, I ain't never seen this before. These are Asian people calling each other niggas. I said, oh, I've never seen this before. But I ask you, don't you wonder why, of all the words that's being used, hey, suppose I would have said, yo, Spick, what's up? Oh shit, I felt that energy in this room when I said that. Because as a Spanish person, Spick is a derogatory term. So why don't we hear rap music? Yo, man, I was hip and moving back. Man, I love that Spick. You don't hear that word. You see how y'all just reacted to me? Yeah, it sounds real nasty. But that's how people feel when they hear nigga. You feel it? Jewish people got where every cultural group has a word that's derogatory to that people. Irish, Mick. You're a Mick. Okay. Say again? Leprechaun, yeah. There is a derogatory term for every culture. Italian. My time is up, isn't it? Listen, I was in the military one time, and there was this Italian boy. His name was Bartolone. He was just using that nigger word back and forth, right? There was the teacher was in the front of the room, didn't say nothing, and then all of a sudden I said, "Yo, why don't you just shut the?" All of a sudden now the room got quiet. Oh no, you can't talk like that. See, I can't use the word wop, but he can use the word nigger. Have you ever wondered why they will only allow that word nigger to be used? What about all the other words? Why is it only nigger? What are they doing psychologically to you as young people, as you're listening to that word? Every cultural group has a derogatory term. It makes no difference where you come from. There's a derogatory term. If you Chinese, didn't they get on that guy when he said there's a chink in the armor? Okay, what was it, Lin? They said there's a chink in the armor when he didn't have such a good game. All of a sudden everybody's up in arms. Every group. But you don't hear in rap music, yo, hink, I'm gonna go catch chink. No, you don't hear that. You don't hear that, but you hear nigger. All throughout your music, you hear the word nigger. White folk call nigger. Asian people, nigger. Everybody use the word nigger, but nobody uses the other derogatory terms. See, I can feel the energy you're feeling when you hear me use these derogatory terms. Okay, I could feel what happened in this room when you heard the word Spick. But that's what black people feel of the older generation when they hear the word nigger. That's what they feel. Wow, that's not the word, no. It's a word that is derogatory towards a people, and it attempts to bring them to the lowest form of their existence by reminding you that you are inferior to the overall community. That's the message I'd like to bring to you. I want you to be sensitive. I'm not saying don't use it. That's your business. I'm just asking you to understand what the elder generation feels when they hear these words. What it does to them, for the struggle, for the pain, for the murder, for the lynching, for the rapes that black folk have gone through with hearing that word, yo, nigger, coming from a person of white supremacist background, inflicting harm. That's what your generation has to feel and understand and be able to deal with as you move through this process. That's the only message I want to bring to you. I want you to understand the history of the word. It's not a bad word. It's a word that has had bad things done to it. And so as you move through this process, ask yourself certain questions about what words are being used, because words are very powerful. Because you know something, once you throw them out, you can't pull them back. They're out into the cosmos, and they're not coming back. You got to be careful of things that you say to each other even going beyond those derogatory terms, just what we say to each other, harmful things that we say to each other. We have to start thinking about these concepts. And I just ask you as young people to think and to understand the larger piece to this, which is the words that we use and how important they are. It doesn't have to be a bad word. My mother used to always say, you could be cursing somebody, and to shock me, my mother used to start cursing, because my mother wasn't a person that cursed. And she'd smile, she'd laugh, and she'd say, you're a stupid fool, you don't know shit. I mean, that's my mother talking to me. I'm like, whoa, Mom. But then she'd turn around and she'd start talking to me with articulation, with beautiful words, but those words would be cutting me down. They'd be tearing me apart. She was trying to teach me context. You can curse all you want and never hurt a person, but you can use very articulate words and be tearing somebody's very person apart. It's the context of your words that's important. It's what people mean. So when that brother's saying, yo, my niggas, he's not trying to say anything to hurt somebody. But he could also come out and say, I think that the people in this room really need some help. You do not have yourselves together. You're backwards, you're ignorant. The context is hurting the second time as opposed to the first time. So think about these things as you're going through it. Be sensitive to the elder generation. Have mercy on us for what we've been through as a people and for what we've had to go through to get where we are and what that word means to us. And I also talk to the elder people to understand y'all and to understand that you don't mean the same thing that was meant when other people use those words. So it's two sides got to come together and start talking to each other, and we got to come to conclusions about the kind of language that we're going to use in the future. Contrary to previous announcement, sister came in, 8th grade student, and she said to her friend, another female friend, she said, "Fuck you, bitch, suck my dick." I said, "That's biologically impossible." I'm not cursing, so please feel my heart. I'm not cursing at you. I'm using words to demonstrate something to you, to understand words. I really hope that you feel this. I mean no offense as I speak these words. I'm only trying to demonstrate. Because I said, by the way, can you just tell me, what does fuck mean? They say, I said, it's a German word. It comes from Fuker. It means to hit with a big stick. The foundations of the word to rape. Remember when the caveman used to hit the woman on the head and drag her in the cave and rape her? That's the word, that's where the word fuck comes from. Fuker, it's a German word. I said, bitch, okay. You know what the word bitch means? They say it's a female dog. No, it's not it's a female dog, but what else? It's a female dog in heat. It means that dog will go with anything, anywhere, under any circumstances. I said, now look at your friend that you just said, fuck you, bitch, suck my dick. Do you plan on hitting her with a big stick because she'll go with anything? And the 8th grade class said, the young sister said, I'll never use that word again. Because now I know what it means, when you know what it means. In the afternoon class after lunch, the other 8th grade came in. They said, Brother Kaba, you got to tell us that story about them fucking bitches sucking dick. Hotep, y'all.